good afternoon, good evening, good night. No. Welcome to the Wealthy LaLa show with myself, Laurie Laursen. Today is episode 217. And I'm not going to lie, today I have probably started this show this might be the third time, fourth time, not really sure. Yeah, having a little bit of a struggle as to where to go. You know, yeah. This last couple of weeks have been pretty intense, and intense in all different ways. Intense in stressful, intense in busy, intense in like crazy awesome, intense with healing. Yeah, the only thing it's not been intense with is sleep. Because I'm not sleeping intense. Haha, I'm in my house. Oh no. That was bad, eh? I was hoping to lighten today's shows up, so I actually started with a couple of jokes on the previous shows. And you know how some days you're just not in the mood? Have you ever tried to shop when you're not into shopping, but you're kind of almost like making yourself do it? Do you ever have days like that? And then there's other times like you just walk in, it is like so magical. You find everything you want. You find things that you've been asking for, you forgot you asked for, and it just shows up. Like, really, how awesome is that? And so it's actually making me realize, like, should I actually be recording today's show in this 10 seconds with the lack of flow and ease that I'm having with it? Like, I just really wonder. Oh my. Yeah. And had a bit of an intense evening also too last night. And in looking at that, I feel like I'm in one of those sort of, in between stages of I'm used to in the past going down the rabbit hole with things and then staying there and playing with it and talking about it again and then talking about it again. And then I'm now allowing myself to choose something different. And it's kind of weird. Like, it is kind of weird because space, nothing, well, it feels like nothing. And what was it? I think it was Abraham. Yeah, when I was listening to one of the Abrahams the other day, they said that one of the reasons why we get stuck in staying in the heavy of things, so the heavy, the blame, shame, regret, sadness, guilt, whatever, is because we actually feel like we're doing something. There's a lot more solidity to that. And I don't know what it's like in your part of the world, but very much where we live, it is changing though, is that it's very much about doing, and that your value is through doing. It looks like you're doing something if you're doing something. And that matters more than actually just like allowing and being the space of just letting something unfold. And being the space of getting into the energy of what you desire. Like, do you find it easy to go, say you have someone cut you off in traffic and then you're like, okay, so what would I like to have? How nice would it be to have such ease in driving to work each day. And then, just perceive the energy of what that would be like, getting to work safely and stress-free, allowing yourself to invite in a different possibility. It's really building a muscle. And that's kind of what I feel like right now, where I'm at is like, I've had a few things, that have come up, and it's like, well, what would I want here? What would I like to have? And then, I'm looking at my note on my printer and it says Kylego. And I've talked to you guys in the past about Kylego, which is where you basically talk about your future like you already have it now. And, maybe I'm going to do just a little bit of that. Isn't it just so awesome? Like, I remember on those days when I would sometimes struggle to have a topic for a radio show, and it just seems like all the time now it just comes with ease and ease. I have a book filled with topics. I have, it's like everywhere I go, the world around me is gifting me ideas, and I've got notes in my purse and notes in a book by my computer, and I'm just so incredibly grateful that it comes with ease. Just so incredibly grateful. And I love how every day doing this podcast contributes to me, and I like when I hear that it contributes to others, and that's fun for me. I feel that, like, I've always known that there's been something about me and my life and the things that I choose that when I share them contributes to other people. And it's so neat, the amount of times that I will learn something and then within a day or two, someone will ask me a question about it. And I had no idea that I was going to be learning it, so to speak, for them. That happens more and more. And those magical things that I first talked about on my show, like if you guys remember the story about the fig tree way back when. So remember, I'm talking about this in future tense, right? That fig tree story, those come so often to me. Life is so delicious. It's majestically delicious, just like I have on my energetic priorities. And I love how I look back on when I discovered the name Wealthy LaLa, and how, as I've stepped into that, what would Wealthy LaLa do? What would a Wealthy LaLa do? What would myself as a Wealthy LaLa do? I just find that my choices are easier and easier. And I've watched them become easier and easier over the months and years that I've been this. And my life is truly, it's inspired and playful. And the wealth that I have all the way around me, and wealth of time for the things that I enjoy, wealth of enjoyment with the people and the places that I'm around, and vibrancy. What I love about my life is it's so vibrant. It's like when I see colors now, they're so much more vibrant. When I wear clothes, I feel vibrant and alive in them. And the food that I eat is just so scrumptious. And it's just everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Sometimes as I'm going through something, I'm questioning whether that's actually really true. And then I get to the other side of it and I'm like, oh my God, once again, everything is always working out for me. Yeah, so how about you guys? So that was just a little bit of a Kylego. That actually made me feel better. Let me know if you guys actually try that. It's kind of a little, like, you can tell even when you listen to me, it's not as practiced as if I had more of a muscle with it. A little more ease and flow with it. And you know what? Do you remember when I talked about Kylego months ago on my radio show? So I'm doing Kylego again, just so you know. And I used to kind of stop and start and pause and so, and now I just, because I do it so much more often, it comes with flow. And it's like when I'm in the flow, all of a sudden these other ideas are just popping into my head. And the Kylego gets greater and greater and greater. And that is always working out for me. And I laugh so much more. I laugh with the Kylego too, because I've always had a good sense of humor. And so the humor even comes up into the Kylego, right? Hey, LaLa. Like, I love it. And actually, you know what, you guys, on the side note with the Hey LaLa, so I was visiting with a girlfriend the other day, and one thing that had popped up for me in my week last week was, reading something about, what are the kind of things you like to do when you were a kid? Like, what did you just really like to do? And when I look back at it, I loved to hang around with other people. I loved to organize kids in the neighborhood to play games. I enjoyed babysitting. I enjoyed cooking and baking and sharing it. I loved reading Dear Abby. Like, I have read that probably forever. I don't even know when I started. So I had gotten the idea I just knew it was something to share with this girlfriend the other day. And I was like, I could do something like that. Like, that would really be fun for me. And she was like, hey, LaLa, because actually what I said to her was, I said, I don't want to be Dear LaLa. I don't want to be Dear Wealthy LaLa. And she was like, hey, LaLa. It just popped out of her mouth. Like, that's what is so cool, is that these things, when we're in the flow, when we're having fun, when we're willing to receive, these things just like pop out of our mouths. And we're like, whoa, because that was even how the Wealthy LaLa came out. I was in a class in Vancouver in June last year, and it just kind of popped out of my mouth. It's like I want to be a wealthy LaLa. And it was like, seriously, it was kind of like the room stopped. And wow, it has been so crazy awesome. So I was thinking about it, like what was fun for me when I was a kid. And it was like Dear Abby. And I still do read them to this day. I find that I have a very different perspective and way of going with things than the people that write those columns now. So I wonder what kind of contribution I could be to something like that. So I'm just kind of putting it out there that I'm not sure how it's exactly going to show up. But if you have a question and you want to, email, hey, LaLa, so it'd be thewealthylala@gmail.com. But if you email me and ask me a question, I could respond to it, on the show and or on Instagram. I'm not sure exactly how that's all going to play out, but hey, I'm introducing you to Hey LaLa. So, yeah. So how much fun is that? I wonder where this is going to go. This is oh man, oh man. And even what's interesting is that as I did the Kylego this morning on the show here and got myself into like a different feeling place, it was like the Hey LaLa came up again. And that's what I was looking for. I was just looking to sort of talk it out, play it out, shift the energy of a lot of intensity that has been up in my world in the last couple weeks, and like move forward and have a new jumping off place to, yeah, just a new place. Yeah. I just wonder. I wonder what else is possible now, people. Hmm? Yes. Oh man, oh man. I was gonna what was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna see if there was actually another joke. And I just don't know. Oh boy. Like they're actually not very good jokes, the ones that I was looking at online here today. So this is going to be kind of random, but I see this talking to me. So you know what I'm going to read? I know I've been reading it on Fridays, but I'm going to read it again. The daily prayer thing that's from the It's Not Your Money book. So for those of you, universe, divine beloved, allow me to give with complete ease and abundance, knowing that you are the unlimited source of all. Let me be an easy, open conduit for your prosperity. Let me trust that all my own needs are always met in amazing ways, and that it's safe to give freely as my heart guides. And equally, let me feel wildly open to receiving. May I know my own value, beauty, and worthiness without question. Let me allow others the supreme pleasure of giving to me. May I feel worthy to receive in every possible way. Change me into one who can fully love, forgive, and accept myself, so I may carry your light without restriction. Let everything that needs to go, go. Let everything that needs to come, come. I'm utterly your own. You are me. I am you. We are one. All is well. So today was a total mishmash of this, that, and the other things. So have a great day and do whatever you need to do to let yourself have some kind of, lightness and play and joy, you know? Yeah. Just I'm wishing that for you. Huh. This is so funny. Here's a joke. I'll end with this. Why are frogs so happy? Or why are frogs always so happy? They eat whatever bugs them. God. Okay, guys, on that note, you guys have an amazing rest of your day.